Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are finishing our house and we are doing landscaping today, but before we jump into that, I made a few changes on the decoration inside the house. I know I do it every time, but there was something that was really bothering me, and that was that busy wallpaper, so I changed the wallpaper. That is still my favorite room though, the nursery. Yeah, so I changed the wallpaper to something that's a little bit more muted, and I added curtains here to these windows in the hallway. And then I also added this picture on that empty wall in the bathroom. And in the parents' room, I took away that picture and I added a closet where their clothes can hang, just so that they can have more closet space, I guess. And then on this wall, I added a bunch of things that looks like certificates. Maybe they graduated high school, university, all those things, and now they have certificates. So, yeah, that is the only things that I really changed up here. And then downstairs, I realized we didn't have any major skill items in the downstairs area, so I decided to split this room with these dividers and make a little study nook over there with this chair and the computer. And then I changed the television because it was ridiculously big, and I added some kids' toys down here. Just a toy box. I added little pictures for them there, and then this is the doggy's house. Because I decided maybe this family wants a pet and the doggy can live in this area if it wants to. It's just a small area with a doggy bed, a ball, and a rug. But that's the only changes I made. I didn't do anything else. I just wanted some more skill building items. I'm also looking for a space to add an easel. So maybe as we go, I can add an easel somewhere, but I just really wanted them to have skill building items. I also changed the wallpaper down here and added this brick wallpaper or brick inside the kitchen area, just to make it a little different from the rest of the living space. And then over here, we're gonna do landscaping today. So the house won't look so empty back here anymore. But yeah, so let's jump into today's video. Please remember to, if you like the video, to like, comment, and subscribe if you learned something from me. That would be great if you could like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the little bell notification, and let's get into this video. So today we are doing the hard part, the landscaping. Everybody always says you can't teach somebody to landscape, and it's true. Like, landscaping comes from you. You are the one who has to be focused to do it, and your creativity is the thing shining through in landscaping. So for me, I always start with this because I feel like it blends in beautifully. And then I go around the whole house with it. I make it smaller, like that. And then I would go around the whole house. This is just the beginning of my landscaping because we don't even have plants yet. So the plants still needs to come. And yeah, this is just really, really the beginning of everywhere where I want this ground to be. I'm gonna put it. Yeah, I just got a notification up there because I shared a family on the gallery, which I'm also, after this episode, I'm going to share this house on the gallery. So if you want to download it, remember, it's just CarlitoCharm on the gallery, or you can find it under #CarlitoCharm. If you want my Sims, you have to include custom content. Just want to add some ground around here, and then I want to make this bigger because we are going to create paths. So there's going to be a path in this way and a path this way, and that took away all the grass, but it's okay. We're gonna do a lot of plants as well. For landscaping, I usually turn off the grid by just pressing G. There you go. See, no more grid. The reason for that is just that you can see better. Yeah, so now I am going to turn on debug. So debug you turn on by pressing Ctrl-Shift-C, and then it brings up that little bar there. And then to get debug, there's a few cheats we're gonna put in now. First one is bb.move objects on, and then the next one will be bb.show hidden objects. That one will open the first debug, and then bb.show live edit objects. That will open the live edit one, so you won't have to pay for trees that much, for plants, anything. And then the last one I want to put in is bb. This is a long one. Ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement. That one gives you the option to have all the things that you would get through jobs or skills or anything to just open. You can then use them in your builds. This is things like, I know there's an easel like that. Let me just see. Activities and skills. Yeah, this one. Unlocked by completing a gold tier in a weenie roast. So it opens up all these things that you would unlock with gameplay. If you're just gonna build, you can unlock them, and yeah. And then again, to get that block away, you press Ctrl-Shift-C again, and it just disappears. I'm gonna call this lot the tutorial. Let's make it YouTube tutorial build. There's a few lot traits that I like to add to my house, and the first one is fast internet. It helps you with programming skills, media production, and video gaming. So I always add that, and then I always add stuff like chef kitchen, child play. It depends on who lives in the house. Geothermal I always add when I have a pool, because it keeps the pool hot even in the winter. So yeah, some of these things, if I do plants, I add great soil. If I do paint and stuff, I add home studios. Yeah, everything that can help my lot just be great for my sims who are living in there. With lot traits, these lot challenges, I would add things like, if I really want to, I would add things like simple living, which means you have to go and get plant food and get your food from there, or you have to buy groceries, which is a little bit more realistic. But yeah, I didn't turn it on now. So yeah, that is just some of the things that you can do with the house. This leads up to the swimming pool. There's a little area there, and this can go there. Yeah, just like that. And then I will take the grass and just, with a really smaller one here on the edges, I will just play with it a little bit. Maybe take some different shades and blend it in, so that we can have some different things going on here. Yeah, like that. Maybe one. Okay. And here I want to change the, maybe to the flat one. So now I'm thinking about plants. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of my favorite trees just down here. This is probably one of my most favorite trees to use in Sims 4. And the reason for that is if you are, it just looks like it gives a little length to houses. Let me just go to this camera. Like, look, when you view this house from the front now, it just gives something to the house. And I'm thinking maybe we can add something on this side of the house that will also just break that line a little bit, like the tree is doing over here. So maybe another tree. No, I don't like how it's cutting into the edges there. Maybe this. Maybe not. Whoa, that's a big tree. This could work. Maybe we can first add some grass. Remember, I said in the last one, if you want to add something, more of something, you just hold shift in and it will continue generating some plants that you can use. Then here, I'm just gonna add some of these as well. That's the thing about what do you call it, landscaping. It needs to be layered. It looks beautiful when it's all layered. So I know there's this, like this kind of bush. Yeah, that's it. I kind of want to use that. There's no, maybe it's this one. Not really, but yeah, I kind of want to use that. Bring that orange in that's around the house already. No, I said this one. Yeah, this is what happens if you don't hold shift like you're trying to teach other people to do. So my flowers look a little dead. The reason is because my sim is currently in fall. And I kind of made it a long time that she would be in fall because South Africa is actually going into fall right now. And this is kind of how it's gonna start to look. I think it's important that if you do something like YouTube, that you teach people that not all countries are the same. Like South Africa doesn't get winter and fall at the same time as America or England or all those places that people actually know of. It's actually more like Australia. I know it's weird to think that Christmas for us is in summer because Christmas falls in December and December in South Africa is summertime. I'll leave the grass because the grass, I think the grass is just not doing it for me right now. Does that look better without the grass? Not really. I still want to delete that and that that and that. Okay, so I'm just gonna restart this with the basic thing that I always use. I kind of wanted to... I like that it spills over the sidewalk a little bit because that's natural. Ooh, I like this. I kind of like that. I love these plants, these flowers. So if you hear the kids, again, we live in a complex and they are just playing around here. I feel like that is cute. So in real life, I'm not much of a gardening person. Every plant I ever touch dies. That's not even a joke. Like, somebody gave me a succulent one day. A week later, the succulent was dead. So I'm really not very good with plants. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take this brown paint. I'm gonna make it softer. And I'm just gonna go around the plants. I'm gonna add some more of these over here. Maybe one there and then maybe one maybe some like 2 over here. Just so that we have a little bit more going on. If you want to freely place things, move objects and Alt. That helps you to place it freely. That leaves... I kind of try to repeat the things that I use so that it doesn't look out of place. I think the thing with landscaping, mostly the best tip I can give is to just try it out, see how you build it, place it, and every time you do a house or something, just play around with platforms and make your own planters or use planters. Or yeah, I feel like you can do a lot more than I did here with landscaping. The reason I don't have a lot of landscaping is because wasn't there a light and everything over here? So I play a lot with landscaping. Some of my houses look very different than what it does what it did in the beginning. Like my beginning houses wouldn't have a lot of things around. So I just want to add everything that was out here again. I'm thinking about putting a yoga mat here. Just adding more activities and skills. Activities and skills are really not like bad things to add. I mean, we all need to learn things in our life. I really love this movie Night Tree with the lanterns in it. Pretty. I also discovered an island living tree. If you have all your debug and live edit on and you go to island living, they have this tree that also has fairy lights around it, and I think it's awesome. I really like fairy lights. Turn that off. I just need one more tree, maybe the smaller one. Yeah, that's cute. Now they have 2 trees. And some stuff to do. What can I... Maybe I can add the easel out here. Like I said, I wanted them to have an easel. So maybe we can add the easel out here for them to paint. Then they don't make a mess in the house. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh man, I would never paint in the house. I used to paint in my hostel room. Because when I went to school, I went to boarding school. Out of choice. It was my choice, not my parents. Yeah, I went to boarding school and I had art as a subject. And I remember we used to paint in our rooms all the time, especially near a deadline. Then you're like trying to paint whenever you can, so you end up painting in your hostel room and just trying to finish your work. This thing, little painter's table, I feel like that's actually the perfect place to put it. Like maybe not on a rainy day, but yeah, in general you can go outside, paint like that. Just fun. I know I closed this a lot with the fencing in the back, but I kind of did want them to have privacy. So yeah. And that is our house. So we added a couple of things to this house now that it's the end of it. We added things that I didn't think I would do, like the nursery. I wasn't planning on a nursery, but now it's ready for the baby update. Probably we'll just build a new house when the baby update comes. But yeah, we added some toys and play things that they can play with, kids can play with. This whole room here for a girl, you can just change with this design tool. You can just change the swatches if it's all boys and things like that. So it's easy to change the swatches around, easy enough. But I just feel like this is actually a pretty cool house. I would have done this differently if I put more thought in it, but it was kind of just a last minute decision to put up this divider and have them one side study, one side basically living room. The last thing is the teenager room. She played with something and now she left it on the floor. We just put it there. Okay, so yeah, this is our house. This is the bottom floor, or the basement, the main floor, and then this is the second floor and the roof. And there we go. We're sharing this on the gallery. Yeah, you can now download this build. Yeah, fun. Thank you all for watching. I know that this was a short video, but thank you all for watching. Thank you for indulging my terrible teaching ways. And maybe we can do this again in the future when I know more about building and I have more to share. And I hope you enjoy your day. Bye!